Good morning students, welcome to SRPS online study. Yes, today we are going to discuss our class 8 chapter number, that is the name of our chapter is Reaching the Age of Adolescence, and our chapter number is chapter 10. Okay, now students, what is the name of the chapter? That is Reaching the Age of Adolescence. It means that in this chapter we are going to discuss about that what are the changes happen in our body when we are going at the stage of adolescence. Let's see. Yes, our first topic is adolescence. That first of all we know about that what is adolescence. Yes, so student, we all know about it that during adolescence mostly endocrine glands produce hormones that causes changes in our body, and these changes mark the beginning of the body journey to become an adult. Understand? It means that when we are going at the stage of adolescence, at that time in your body endocrine glands are there. What they do? They produce some hormones in your body. After that some changes happen in your body. Okay, so that the changes when happen in your body to becoming an adult, that is called our adolescence. So what is the definition of this one? The period of transition from a child to an adult is known as adolescence, or we can say the changes which happen in our body from a child to an adult, that the changes which happen, that is called our adolescence. Okay, or we can say that it continues until the age of 18 or 19 years. Okay, after 18 it continues to 18 to 19 years, and adolescents are also known as teenagers. Okay, now the next term is there, that is puberty. Yet what is puberty? The stage of life when the body becomes capable of reproduction. See students, we all well known about reproduction, that what is that? Reproduction, re means again, production means to produce someone. So what we know about reproduction? To produce a new one, that is called our reproduction. So what is puberty? So when our body, we all know that the humans can reproduce only after achieving sexual maturity. Okay, so in our humans, one stage is there in our life when our body becomes capable of reproduction. Understand student? In our life, in our human life, we can say that one of the stage is coming in our life when the body becomes capable of reproduction. That is called that is known as puberty. Okay, so what is puberty? We know the stage of life when the body becomes capable of reproduction. And what is adolescence? We know the period or what are the changes which happen in our body reaching to the age of adult, that is known as our adolescence. Clear students? Adolescence means changes happen in our body achieving to an adult, and puberty when our body becomes capable of reproduction. Now that's the second point. It is normally 11 to 16 years in boys and 10 to 15 years in girls. We all know, we have seen that in boys, when we talking about the boys, it comes into the age of 11 to 16, and in girls that is 10 to 15 years. Okay, puberty ends when an adolescent reaches reproductive maturity. It ends when the adolescents can reaches at the reproductive maturity. Okay, clear students? Now we can say that what are the changes happen in our body when at the stage of puberty. First of all student, you know about that what is puberty. Okay, we all know about that when our body when our body is capable of reproduction, that is our puberty. Now let's see what are the changes happen in our body at the time of puberty. First, our height is increase in height. Second, change in body shape. Third, voice change. Fourth, increased activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. Development of sex organs. Reaching mental, intellectual and emotional maturity. Okay, so what we have seen, that we have seen mostly we can see that so many changes has to be happened inside our body at the time of puberty. Now let's see, increase in height. We have taken one point individually and then understand that what is that. Increase in height. Student, we all know that when we are in nursery class, our height is so small. So when we are now in 8th class, our height is getting increased. Okay, it means that something changes happen in our body. So there is a sudden increase in our height during adolescence. Okay, so at this time what happened? The changes, that is the bones of our arms and legs elongate means long, and make a person tall. Example, see students, here this girl height is there, and after that in second stage it increased, and in third stage it also increased. So we have seen in our case also, when we are in just as we are told that, seen that in nursery class our height is so small, and in 8th class our height is getting increased. So that is because of puberty. Now average rate of growth. Here in this table they are going to discuss about you that what your age is there, and according to your age what is the height is in boys and what is the height is in girls. Let's see students. Now whenever your age is 8 years, in boys 72% of full height is to be grown up, and 77 is in girls. Okay, in the age of 8 years. 9 years, mostly 75% boys, 81% girls. 10 years, 78% boys height, full height, and that is of 84% in girls. 11 years, 81%, 88%. 12 years, 84%, 91%. 13 years, 88%, 95%. 14 years, 92%, 98%. 15 years, 95%, 99%. 16 years, 98%, 99.5% in girls. 17 years, 99% has to be boys, and in 100% in girls. 18 years, 100% in boys and 100% in girls. So what we see that in this ages, that is the percent of full height which is increasing in the boys and girls body. Okay students, understand this table. Now calculation for full height. Here one formula is given to you that how you calculate your full height. Okay students, now what is the formula? Present height. What is your present height and percent of full height at this age? What is your age and what is your percent of this full height and in this stage? What is your percentage of your full height is there and into 100? Let's see one example. A boy is 9 years old. It means that it is their present height and 120 centimeter tall. At the end of at the end of the growth period, he is likely to be how much? How much is calculation? How much full height is there? See students, 120 is the present height, we can say. Okay, and according to this 9 years, see in this table, according to 9 years, boys percentage is 75. Okay, now 120 is our present height, 75 is the manual or we can say manual height into 100. So when we calculate this, what is the exact calculation comes for the full height? That is 160 centimeter tall. Okay, so this one, in this way you can calculate the full height. Now one activity is also there. So how you can activate do this activity? See this, by the age of 11, a boy has reached 81% of his age, 81% growth of his age, while a girl has reached 88% of her full height. Draw a graph. To see what we have done, we have taken one graph, and in the x-axis we have taken age in years, and in the y-axis we have taken percentage of full height. We have taken 0%, 20%, 40, 60, 80 and above then. And in the age in 9, 10, 11, 12 till 18. So what we have seen in the age of what? In the age of 11. So in the age of 11 years, what happened? 81% age, 81% growth is of boys. So 81% is where this one in the blue one, So blue indicates to the girl's height and the red one line is indicates to the boy's height. So by this graphical diagrammatic presentation we can make our diagram also of full height. Okay. Now our second change, first of all our change is increase in height. Now our second change is change in body shape. Boys, what happened in our boys and what the changes are there in boys? Let's see. The shoulders become broader and the chest become wider in this age. Okay. The muscles of the body grows prominently. Muscles of the grows grow prominently. Okay. And what happened in the girls in this age? The region below the waist becomes wider and the muscles of the body do not grow prominently. Understand? So these are the changes happen in the boys and girls at the stage of puberty. Now voice change. Third is our voice change. At puberty, the voice box or larynx begins to grow. We have seen then when the boys are reaches to the stage of an adult, his voice is getting so hard. Okay. So what happened? Boys, let's see what are the changes happen in our voice. Boys develop larger voice boxes. Boys have a deep and hoarse voice. The larynx is visible clearly. So his voice is very hard. Okay. And we can say it is very thick. We can say what? According to the voice, we can say that boys develop a deep voice whereas the girls have a high pitched voice. Okay. So in boys what happened? As the larynx begins to grow, the voice often cracks. Okay. The larynx begins to grow, what happened? In this case the voice often cracks. So sometimes the voice also becomes hoarse. So however this is temporary and the voice is soon back to the normal condition. Girls, the larynx is hardly visible from the outside. Girls have a high pitched voice. Okay. So this one is a changes in voice change in boys and girls. Adam's apple. Have you heard this one? Adam's apple. The growing voice box. See here by the picture you can identify this. In his neck portion, at this one when growth is there, growing voice box. The growing voice box can be seen as protruding part of the throat. In our boys we can see it very clearly. Okay, said that some protruding part of the throat is there, that is called Adam's apple. Okay. The next change is increase activity of sweat and sebaceous glands. What happened in this age? The secretion of sweat glands and sebaceous glands or oil glands increases in this stage. Okay. And many young people get acne and pimples on the face at this time because of the increased activity of these glands in the skin. Okay. We all know that when the boys or the girls, when it goes to the stage of puberty or adolescent stage, what happened? Some acne or pimples is growing out on their cheeks. So that is because of the increased activity of the glands in their skin. Okay. Glands. What do we know about the glands? Glands, sweat and sebaceous glands. What they do? These glands release their secretions through ducts. Sweat, we all know what is that? Sweat. Okay. So these glands, what they do? They release some secretions through ducts. Okay. Endocrine glands. These glands, what they do? They release some hormones directly into the bloodstream. So they are also termed as ductless glands. So what we have seen in endocrine glands, these glands release some hormones directly into the bloodstream. So they are termed as a ductless glands. Okay. Thank you.